Hi, good afternoon, doctor. I hope you are feeling well with your family. Wish you stay safe and stay healthy. My name is Sharin Azan bin Nabil Shamsul and my metric number is 272919. Today's presentation is all about conflict and negotiation that happen in most of organizations. So, first and foremost, conflicts occurs when individuals in a company has a different kinds of ideas regarding business operation. Imagine that in a company, they have two different parties, which are parties A and parties B. Parties A and parties B has different of ideas. So, the negotiation is a process on how both parties making discussions about some topic to reach a solution that benefits to them. That's the point. As we know, until today, the total cases of COVID-19 affected in Malaysia is about 140,000 cases. This leads to a pandemic that somehow can affect on organizational behavior. In this case, we have observed that Sony Malaysia Sdn Bhd will facing conflict and negotiation in a difficult condition. This is because a new norm that applied in the company or office will affect their lifestyle in workplace, such as the employees need to follow SOP while working their tasks. The manager might follow a few steps on how to overcome the problems. So in this task, we will discuss more about the problems happen in Sony Malaysia Sdn Bhd, who are facing this challenge, and provide a logical process to be followed when solving conflict and negotiation issues in organizational.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Imran Rakim bin Abdul Aziz, metric number 272833. Okay, as for my part, I will present about the real challenge faced by the Sony company Berhad during the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, the first challenge faced by the top management team. Top management team are dealing with a lot of concerns right now, and it's difficult for them to know how and where to prioritize time and resources. Okay, for example, the chief executive officer, or we call as a CEO, or head of human resources department (HR) in Sony Corporation will be difficult to recognize which is truly important first to their business. Uh, for most of us, that's our people or stakeholders will be the priority for the Sony company Berhad. Thus, the top management team need to face the challenges in order to determine which one need to put as their priorities first. The second one is about the customer. Customer will also face the challenge which is same as the employees. They will have to face the challenge for their time and energy constraint when they want to enter the shop. Okay, for instance, customers of Sony Corporation uh, will have to wait a little bit longer in order to enter the Sony retailer store when they want to buy or take a look in the shop. This is because they need to follow the standard operating procedure (SOP) that have been announced by our minister, which is all of the shops, including Sony retailer store, need to make sure that there will no congestion in the store involve customers and workers or the employees. Okay, the third one is suppliers. Suppliers of any business will have to face the challenge that they will lose their demand from client or customers, and this will affect their sales and indirectly also affect their profit. Okay, during pandemic COVID-19, the demand for Sony's product decreases because uh, most of the people or the customers tend to save their money in order to survive during this pandemic. This will result that the Sony's production manager to make decision that the product producers need to reduce. Lastly, Sony's production manager will book less inventories from the suppliers rather than before. And then the suppliers of the Sony Corporation only have less demand and order from Sony Corporation less demand than before. So the supplier will lose their demands and indirectly will decrease their profit. So the fourth is about the investor. Where funds are in their fundraising period, Managers are typically looking to extend final closing dates and should be speaking to investors about the practicalities of conducting closing. Okay. Investors who have made commitments to funds that have not been drawn may wish to investigate whether those commitments remain or whether they expire if they have not been drawn. During pandemic COVID-19, most financing managers, including Sony's financing manager, tend to extend the closing date, which will result that the investor for the Sony Corporation Berhad need to wait a little bit longer in order to gain their return. This is because that Sony's financing manager need to prioritize for the payment to creditors and their employer first, rather than to give to their investors. Okay, so the last one is employees. Since COVID-19 is primarily a health crisis, employees must take responsibility for keeping their workforce safe and ensuring their people and customers were not put on risk of infection. Okay, it will be difficult for the Sony's corporation's employees to go through their working days with this new norm, which will affect their effectiveness in their job tasks. This is because those employees need to work at the same time. At the same time, need to make sure that they will not be in the risk of the infection COVID-19. Thus, this will give employees the challenge for their time and energy concern. So the employees need to balance their time and also need to take care of themselves in order to prevent from the infection of pandemic COVID-19. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Muzairi bin Mokhtar and my metric number is 272843. Today, I will present about the problem faced by the company, which is Sony. My first point is order to pay employee salaries during MCO. Manager have to think of the best way that will be taken to pay the salary of their employees in order to help its employee during the MCO. This is because the company has been instructed by the government to pay employee salary and allowance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Other than that, company also cannot force its employee to take annual leave without their own consent. Therefore, the manager should discuss with its employees to offer full pay leave, half pay leave or unpaid leave according to the agreement of his employees. So, this create a conflict between the manager and his employees in the payment of salaries. Second is different in employee background. Every company manager must have the personal data of his employee. Therefore, company manager must be aware of every problem faced by their employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. If the manager has to lay off his employees because he can not longer cover the entire salary payment, then the manager has to examine more seriously the background of his employees so that the layoff workers are able to cover their life during the COVID-19 pandemic. But before retrenchment are made, managers are required to take a precautionary measures such as reducing working hours, limiting or freezing the hiring of new employees, limiting overtime, limiting work on weekday or public holidays, reducing employee salaries and performing temporary layoff. Third point is work style different during the COVID-19. In order to prevent the spread of this COVID-19 pandemic, managers have to change and reboot the schedule for the attendance of their employees so there not too many employees are present in a place. Company must follow the standard operating procedure, which is SOP, that's set by the government. This will create conflict between managers and employees and raise a question from the employees. For example, manager needs to create a system alternately either work or leave on certain day. This change the manager is employees of his company are too many and it is likely that employees will have more leave than work. So my fourth point is lack of communication. Lack of this communication occurs in every company. This often happen during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is because most employees do not get authentic and correct information. Sometimes it will interfere with their work. For example, they get information from irresponsible people who say one of the employees of in the company is positive COVID-19 and causing them to be scared and do not want to come to work as usual. This creates a conflict whether the information received is authentic or not. In addition, employees do not understand the SOP that has been set by the government, and the company itself take the matter lightly. So my last point is sharing resources between workers in workplace during COVID-19. Limited resources can be cause conflict in the workplace, especially in small business that operate on shoestring budget. Sharing cram officer or having to wait or use the only office copier or printer can be cause a friction. Business environment that work on tight deadliners such as advertising agency can add to the tension. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, hi, and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah Shatira binti Azizan, and my metric number is 272989. Today, I'm going to continue the presentation about the recommendation to overcome the problem faced by the company. First and foremost, leaders and workers need to prepare themselves to adjust to the digital transformation. If the leaders and workers are unable to meet face-to-face, they need to make use of the technology efficiently. They could use the real-time video conferencing such as Zoom meeting, Google Meeting, WhatsApp, email, or even text by messaging. This can ensure that the company could operate smoothly and the leaders can send whatever they want to send to the workers. This can avoid any miscommunication between the leaders and also the workers. This also allows two-way communication between the leaders and also the workers. Therefore, it will make sure that the company could operate smoothly and well. Secondly is cloud computing. Cloud computing is a server that helps to provide information to the company. By using cloud computing, it will capture the data digitally so that it can be easily being used by the managers and also the workers. By using cloud computing, it allows the process of file keeping job easier and manage easily retrieve the file as needed. The cloud system is open to the managers and workers. They will have more understanding of the task providing and the company operation. They would decrease the tension between the supervisor and the staff. Cloud computing can be very useful for the company in order to fight against COVID-19. Third is online open courseware. Online open courseware can enhance the skills of the worker related to IT, information technology. This is because the current situation is really relatable towards information technology. This is because everything now need to be done online, via online. This knowledge is really useful towards the workers, and it can also give more input and soft skills towards the workers in order to face the future of era IR 4.0. Therefore, online open courseware is really important to enhance soft skills and knowledge of the workers to face the era of IR 4.0 of technology. Fourth is remote access. Remote access can be done by manager, can have remote access to the network and software of the data of the organization. This is because workers can be enrolled to access their own computer, personal computer at the office without getting forced to be in the office. They can reach their data in the personal computer at anywhere and anytime. In addition, remote access service offer a range of ways to boost the efficiency of workers and company perfectly. In addition, they can provide the organization with unique endpoint security solution. This can allow employees to work from home easily and can perform their tasks well and be committed to their job. And by using this, manager can keep track of the employees' tasks and ensure of their consistent of their job and their existence. Last but not least is big data. Big data is an analytic technique which is very much effective in track and control the worldwide. This technology provides the basis of faster and almost real-time evaluation of decision making. It will help the company to make a faster decision and identify what's the best way to choose. Big data can be highly useful for analyzing and forecasting for risk and the impact of COVID-19 towards the company. In order to sustain the in industry, this can accomplish to cost minimization and higher efficiency of the company. This will definitely lead to the improve of the accountability of the employees and make it easier to standardize of the operation. Employees will feel more confident, convenient, as well. The data are easy to be achieved and it gives benefit for both parties, which is managers and also employees. In short, IR 4.0 is really useful towards the company as the increasing of the technology rapidly. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Amir Hatika binti Abdul Aziz, matric number 273159, and I would like to present about the implication based on the recommendation. First, the leaders and the workers used to adapt the digital transformations by realize the changes in company culture so that the company culture does not tend to fall behind of process and technology when it comes to the digital readiness. This method is suitable for during the situation now, which is new norm that has influenced the culture and should be changed by increasing the digital consumption. This will improve employees' experience and performance in digital transforming in workplace. Secondly is cloud computing. Cloud computing can be used by install the software so that all the employees can use it in order to keep engaged between the organization. By using this, it will reduce the cost of managing and maintaining the IT system. By this, it will make the collaboration efficiency that give business ability to communicate and share more easily outside of the traditional methods. When we are working on a project across different places, this cloud computing can be used by employees, contractors, and third parties to access the same files. Next, online open coursework also the method that is important in the company today. In using online open coursework, the company can make the digital workplace training to make sure all employees have the same level of knowledge in IT. By using this, it will enhance the skills of digital for workplace. It is being used in the company to make sure that they can adapt the digital workplace easily and not burdensome to anyone. Online open coursework is the firm tenant that the core of in IT will interaction between managers and employees in an environment that invites the support and supports inquiry and questioning. Besides, the manager can apply remote access method in the company operation by develop a cybersecurity policy so that the hacker cannot easily entry to hijack the organization's network. The company can create guidelines with the cybersecurity policies that comply with home or travel security protocols. The policies may include the expected use of approved messaging programs with encryption such as WhatsApp. Besides, make update and patch computer security schedules such as updating antivirus software. This can make working from home as efficient and free of interruption as possible. Lastly, big data to be used in organized work to track and control the worldwide data with analyzed business requirements, which is the company will need to know what the company will be using the data tools for. The company need to gather all business requirements and then analyze it in order to understand them. This technology method allow organizations to identify common bottlenecks, understand customer behavior, and improve performance. Thank you.